Okay, so it's time for Tavern Incursion. Um, this is probably one of the hardest maps to do in the game on Nightmare. So yeah, let's get into it and everything you need for it. Like with my poly video, we're going to be using the Countess for most of this. Um, haven't made too many changes. I got better boots, and then got a Cupid that has more AB2 on it. AB2 is wildly helpful for this fight. Get as much of it as you possibly can. Because you do a lot. It does a lot of damage. Pretty much, it's going to help speed things up. Um, yeah, still have the same disaster rapier. You probably want like 70k at least. Um, then again, you have the option of, I can find it. It's on a different character. Using an owl that has at least size 18. This will work too. Same with an Ethereum Ancient. So for the first assault, we're going to be using our Countess. For the Tavern Defense Wave, using an Eevee. Have Hermit Towers, Auras. We're going to be placing an Empowering Shrine. And then we're going to be using Warden to kill most of everything. For the middle boss fight, there's a few ways that you can tackle it. I'll show you both. One way is just stay on your Countess and do it that way. This is a slower way, but it's a much safer way to do it. Another way to do it that's a lot faster is hopping on a DPS Apprentice and shooting things down. His gear isn't super great. He has a 70k Crystal Cane, so very possible to farm using a 203 Bobcat. And then for old one, and there's a few ways that you can do it. The safe way and the way that takes the longest is just stay on your Countess. But another thing that you can do is if you have a spin Squire, you can spin and try and kill him with that. If I can get a run done where I kill him with it, I'll put that in. If not, you'll just want higher stats than this. This is how much damage we get on a dummy. I don't have damage numbers on. Honk. 65 million. That's a little on the lower side, but we have 1 million health, so it's probably be fine. Yeah, let's get into the run. I'm gonna do kind of the same thing as I did in the poly video. If I get a run where I'm going, it'll just be live commentary on the run. And then for the apprentice, middle boss kills, there won't be any commentary on that. Just make sure to not get hit. You can get hit by the wasp. That's fine, but you gotta run away. Don't let the barb hit you at all. Just keep backing up. You can get him stuck on the crystal, and you'll see that. You'll see I take advantage of that with the Countess to get him down. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. Okay, so when you get in, this unholy bargain gives you some more rewards, but you lose your lives, but that doesn't matter, we're on hardcore. You die, you're gone anyway. Gonna run down here to the middle core, and we're gonna be jousting on basically every core to help kill them a lot faster. The more AB2 you have for that, the faster they'll go down. Section you can go through here, or you can just jump over and completely skip those barriers. This core is optional to joust on. If you don't joust on this one, you can joust on this one up here. If you joust on the one down there, you can't joust up here. You will not have your cooldown back. You can see we almost died. That's why we use a Cupid pit. It keeps us alive. You can see even with getting bouncered, we're completely fine. Which is pretty nice. Okay. Hop on over to our ores. Snare and string. String. Well. Get our buff beams. Where do you going from the cage on to the table? On this barrel. You can only build on these barrels. Gotta extend them out. Go on our hermit. Here we're just placing a golem. Here we're doing on and a golem. Our guardian is just this empowering shrine. And the empowering shrine is pretty optional. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. Pop back up on our ward. Turn on our tower stacking script. I didn't do that. Gonna be a shroom pit, then 4 cloud towers, all facing. So long as they can cover that door, you're fine. Then here we're gonna have 5 cloud towers, but if you didn't place the empowering shrine, you get 6. 2 this way, 1 this way. No empowering shrine, do 2 that one, facing the middle. 2 here on the edge. And that's it, we're done. Going over to our upgrader and at least get the buff beams up to 3 stars. That is the only thing that matters. Afterwards, does not matter what you upgrade. I like to get the ores maxed out. Makes things a little easier. Never have to worry about them, but upgrade, whatever. Want to upgrade cloud towers, prioritize these ones inside the tavern. The wasp fight, if you can kind of kite her down into here with where the cloud shoot at her, does a good bit of damage. Stuck spider. He despawned as soon as I got over here, but that's fine. Okay. We're done with that. So now we're on the boss wave. Hop on over to our countess and run over here. If you're using an apprentice, you'll just stand on this log and kind of go back and forth to not get fireballed. But for us, activate call to arms and joust on them. Nice part about using an apprentice for this is you can just shoot my mech down really easily. And this build tends to take care of him fairly well. Yeah, you can see he's already almost dead. And it hasn't been that long. You can just finish him off. for Wasp Queen. I want to try and get her inside the tavern. I don't know what's with her, but her AI has been kind of weird lately. Come on. I'm gonna try and get her to stand like right here in front of this pillar. There we go. Now she gets shot by everything. And on a Countess, you can't die. You have so much health that we like get a little close like that, but won't outright die. And we can always heal up. Some mana. Tavern Keeper Imposter. That's what we're gonna do here. Is while we're outside of the strength drain. Oh, actually managed stuck. Every now and then he will get stuck. Okay, if he gets stuck there, he can get stuck like right here, which is really weird. But what you're gonna do is just stand like this on a core, stand on the opposite side of it and do this, and attack him. You can like get him into a corner, then you can joust on him, and that's some free damage. Two. I want to get him unstuck so I can show that. Yeah, while he's not in the strength drain, don't even get close to him to try and joust on him. If he hawk stance you, you die. So, I wanted to try and get him unstuck, but it's not. I'll get a run where he doesn't stick himself on the first thing he sees. This isn't the fastest kill, but it's the safest way to do it. Especially when he just decides to stick himself on the air. He's not even stuck on anything. He is stuck on the air. Let's see. Slowly but surely goes down. Here we kind of got in trouble. But yeah, otherwise, just you can get him stuck here too. Like he'll just run there. You can just shoot at him like this, standing inside the empowering shrine. That works really well. All right, one time. This fight takes a lot of practice. It's gonna activate Call to Arms. As soon as he comes back from a step, that's your safest point in time to joust, because otherwise you'll get stuck. And here, when he brings his foot back, you'll die. Sometimes he stomps, and sometimes he doesn't, I guess. Go. At the end of each phase, you get your mana back, and you go back to full health. And with our Cupid, it is pretty chill. In fact, you want to jump over these. The outer blue is what you want to jump over. The inner blue is just effect. Shoots fireballs and stuff. And you're gonna lose Call to Arms many times throughout this fight, so just be careful. With these 3 beams, you can just hug them. You're fine. Don't get smushed by any hands. This blue beam, just kind of gotta run around, swing at him, do a lot of work on him. Yep, don't do that. That could have been a lot worse than it was. That's why we have our Cupid. It will help us stay alive. Want to as well, you can kind of stand over here to try and bait his arm smashing down like that. Joust into his hand, and it's gone. For his head, you don't have cultivants here. If that happens, you get 1 free. Respawn. And you do have to be careful going in, because he might be in his breath attack like this. Just stand off to the side for it, but it will spawn you like right there. Which really sucks. Here we gotta activate Call to Arms to not die. It's like fire all over there, so we're gonna come over. Red beams, run around. That hand attack, you can just jump over it. You were good. Since I'm bad, you got knocked off again in the front. You come out here. Get knocked off anywhere else, I'm pretty sure you die. He's doing a beam attack. We're not in, so it's fine. We'll do hand slaps, so be careful. Okay, 3rd time charm. First run, we got smushed by the old. 2nd run, I thought I had enough health to tank a Hawk Stance, and I did not. You're gonna die. Oh man, we completely whiffed that. Fine, just run some circles. Circles. Get a good joust or two in, and you're chilling. Wasp Queen. And if you get hit, it's not the end of the world. Not gonna die from it. Okay. See, now he... And here, since we're basically full health, what we can do... Sit in this corner. Joust. And we can jump up here. And he's just gonna sit there. And we'll be completely fine. Towers cannot damage him. This is like solely us having to deal the damage. As long as we're up here, he cannot hurt us whatsoever. Or is taking. You gotta love that. That typically doesn't happen. The empowering shrine definitely helps with how much you do to him. So just be safe about it, and you'll. I don't know why our core is getting hit. Okay. Let's get into this. Play it safe. Instantly going for that. Never seen him instantly laser before. He always does his hand smash first, but I will take free damage on his midsection. Alarms is gone, so we gotta be a little careful. These archer arrows hit hard. So, if you can dodge him, try to dodge him. So much fire. Triple beam is typically pretty free to dodge around it and not get hit. This isn't. Literally just run side to side and jump. You might take a tick here or there, but time you're good. Okay. No fire over here. I'm standing in fire that I can't see, I guess. For that hand swing, you can just completely jump over it and not have to worry about it whatsoever. Just got him phased. There he goes. And now we're gonna get that pop up that bosses are approaching the tavern. Eventually the 3 bosses are gonna spawn again. We're gonna deal with this foot, and then we're gonna go kill the bosses. Hop out. This time they have less health, so they're a little bit easier to kill. And the Wasp Queen, for whatever reason, just tends to get completely stuck in spawn, so you don't even have to worry about her. If you have enough damage, you don't even have to worry about killing these bosses, but just to be as safe as possible, we are going. See, we're good. We can hop back in. We'll just keep an eye out on the Wasp Queen. Just in case, because I know kind of towards the end she does tend to unstick herself. Here we can hear his beam audio. Not sure what beam it is, so once it stops, we'll go back in. I just have to be very careful when you leave the arena and go back into the arena. You can just come in and get instantly murdered. Try to not get hit by the arrows. Without called arms, they do a lot of damage. This is his hand. Here again. Give him a hug. Okay, there's his other hand. Yeah, we got lucky there. There goes his midsection. Alright, back to the head. Jump over that, but if you can't, it's not a big deal. Careful when coming back in. Generally pretty safe out on the edges. Back did its breath attack. Okay, and now the Tavern Keep imposter is gonna show up again. Once he spawns, I'm not 100% sure if he's mandatory for us to go out and kill, just with how we have everything set up, but I'm going to, again, just to be as safe as possible. It looks like he actually got himself stuck, so we're not going to deal with him until we see him moving. We love weird, janky AI. Got lucky here with both of them getting stuck, but you just go deal with him, and he has like half the health that the one during the boss wave does. So he's not an issue to kill. Yeah, just be patient with it. There is there's a workshop map that lets you practice this old one, so I highly recommend using it. The damage reduction on that map is not correct. So that's just something to be aware of, but it's still really good for making sure that you don't get absolutely clobbered by this boss. This boss takes a lot of practice. You can see in this alone, we're already on attempt 3, just to get him down this time. I've done this map a few times before. See, he's still not unstuck in the Wasp Queen. Still also not unstuck. Bosses are back. We're not even gonna bother with them. And that is all she wrote. We are done. That is Tavern Incursion. This map is pretty fun to play, but it's pretty stressful. Let's check and see. Get anything good? Oh, he did not. Fortunate. You get the Calamity Blade from this map, which is just a better Disaster Rapier because the stats roll higher. And you get the jeweled Bident too. Let's see, Transcendent rolled with 600, which is crazy. But yeah, 17. This is a little on the slower end at 17 minutes. But definitely better to play it safe. Especially for the first few runs. Map is hard. Very hard map. But once you get that done, you can unlock Tavern Defense Tavern. That's what I like to use. They have the whole Tavern Defense map. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a kill with my Spin Squire. I tried. But if your Spin Squire is better than mine, and you have a better Honey Sword than mine's only 113k, you can certainly get it done with the Spin Squire and just spin and one tap his phases. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer as many questions as possible. Yeah, thanks for watching.